Hi guys, welcome back. This is Crochet, and today I bring you good tidings. Okay, I bring something new, a crochet granny square tutorial. So these are the materials I'll be using. I'll be using different colors of yarns, as many colors as you want to use in making this color, that's fine. So these are the colors I'll be using, and this is a Yeye brand, a 40-gram weight crochet yarn. It's an acrylic fiber yarn. Sorry, it's an acrylic fiber yarn, and you can actually make use of any weight of yarn or any brand, whatever works for you. You can use cotton, whatever kind of yarn you know will be perfect for you. You can actually use that, but I'll be using this particular yarn for this tutorial. I will need a scissors or a cutter. I will be using a 4.0 millimeter hook and a 3.5 millimeter hook for this tutorial. So for a start, you already know from the description of this video that this is a granny square crochet heart, and you will need a granny square to get this done. I already filmed a tutorial on how to make a granny square. I'll add the link to that tutorial in the description. Just go to the description and click on the link. It will direct you to that. But this is what a granny square look like. We'll be needing two shapes of granny square. We'll be needing this very granny square. I don't know if that makes sense. This is like the regular granny square we all know, and this is the one I already have the tutorial in my channel, or on my channel. I already have the tutorial for this on my channel already, so you can as well just go to the description and click on the link. It will direct you to the tutorial on how to make this. And we have these, as you can see, this and these, they are actually not the same, so I will show you how to get this done. So let's get right into that. So to get to this point, you have to watch that video. So just go to the link in the description. It will direct you to the video. So to get to this point, remember what we are doing is this particular granny square. So I'll show you how I did this. So I have crocheted from here to the green part. This is 1 2 3 rows to the green part. That's where I am at this point, the green part. So the white part here is the green part here. So this is where I am. So I'm going to show how I did the other rows, 1 2 3, these other rows. That is what I'm going to show you how I got that. So for this granny square, the granny squares, I used the 4.0 millimeter hook. That's what I use for this granny square. That's the number of hook I use. So going forward, I'll be using this shade of yarn. So I'm just going to start with a slip knot. And I will go in. This is where I ended from the previous row, this row. So I'm just going to go into this space with the slip knot I created, and I'm going to be chaining 2 1 2, yarn over, go into the same space with 2 more, to make it 3. So I'm going to go into this space with 3. One, 2, 3. So moving forward, I'll be placing a single crochet all the way around till I get to this point. So let's do that. So I will move into this stitch here. After I've placed 3, I'll just go into the next stitch here and I will be placing a single crochet, into the next stitch here, and I'll place a single crochet, the next stitch single crochet, the next stitch single crochet, the next stitch single crochet, this stitch single crochet. So I'll place a single crochet. When I get to this other space where there is a chain 6, I will go into that space with a single crochet. I will chain 1 and go into that same space with another single crochet. So moving forward, I will just go ahead be placing single crochet till I get to this, I'll place a single crochet till I get to this point, then I'll show you what to do. So just keep going, place single crochet all the way. So as you can see, I'm at this point already, and when we were at this point, we placed 3 double crochet here, and this is the point. This point is this point on the other side. So I'm going to place 3 double crochet here. 1, 2, 3. I've placed 3 here. I'll move on to this space and I'll place 6. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, go into the same space with 3 more. Go into this space with 3. Go into the next space here with 3. And I'll move into this space here with 3. So this is the last space. I'm just going to chain 1 and I'll go into this very first stitch here. I'm going to this stitch here, yarn over, pull, single crochet, chain 1, and your hook. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's already giving this shape already. So moving forward, what I will do, I will go in again like with this same pattern with a different color. So for the next, I will be using the deep brown. I'll be using this deep brown for the next row. So basically what you do is to repeat the row we just completed, the same pattern. So I'm going to go in here with the slip knot I created. I will chain 2, 1, 2, and go in with 2 more. I'll go in with 2 more to make it 3. I'm just going to go into this space here with 3 double crochet, and from here moving forward I'll be placing a single crochet. So I'm just going to place a single crochet all the way. So I'm placing a single crochet all the way. 1, okay, there's no point counting, so just place a single crochet all the way. So when you get to this point here, you're going to place 3, place 3, moving on to this page, place 6, one, 2, go in there with 3 more, you're going to be placing 3, 3, 3 in every space till you get to this point. Getting to this point, you're going to place 3, chain 1, going to the very first stitch here with a single crochet, chain 1, pull your yarn, cut to end. So this is the second row, so we are left with 1 more row. So we are left with 1 more row. So for the last row, which is the row here, I'll be using this color, and for this color I will just start with a slip knot. I'll pick a granny square, go into this space here, with a chain 1, and moving forward I will be placing single crochet in every space. So just place single crochet in every space all the way. So I am at the end of this row, so I'll just go into this space here with a single crochet, chain 1, and go into the very first single crochet stitch here with a slip stitch, chain 1, pull your work and end it. So this is the complete tutorial, or this is how you can get this done. This is the square we just finished making. I have 7 of these squares here. So for the tutorial I need, I will be needing 7 of this particular shape of granny square. I'll be needing 7 of this shape of granny square, and I'll be needing 4 of the normal shape of granny square. So I will repeat this one more time. To get this done and to get a part of this done, you have to like watch the video. I already filmed a video, a complete video on how to get a granny square done. So watch the video to get grip of what or how to get this done to help you for this tutorial. So this is the granny squares you'll be needing for this tutorial. Moving forward, I divided the tutorial into three parts: the upper part, the middle part, and the lower part. The lower part is like the brim of the hat. The middle part is like the part that sits around your head, and the upper part is like on top of your head, the part that sits on top of your head. So now we are done. This part, this granny squares we just finished making, is going to cover for the middle part and the lower part. So I'll show you how to get the upper part done. So to get the upper part done, you're going to pick any yarn of your choice, any color of your choice. I'm going to be starting with this color. So you're just going to start by creating a slip knot. And for the upper part, we'll be using a 4.0 millimeter hook. We'll still maintain the same size of hook we used for the granny squares. So to get this upper part done, you're going to chain 4. And I'm going to go into the very first chain here with a slip knot to create a circle. So moving forward, you're going to be chaining 2, and you go into this space here with 15 double crochet. So I already have 3 here. This is our chain 2, and this is a 2 double crochet I just placed inside this circle. So I'm going to make a total of 15 double crochet inside this circle. So this is 15 granny square, 15 double crochet inside this space. So I'm just going to go into the very first stitch here with a slip stitch. To end, chain 1, pull your yarn, for the second row. I'll be using this shade of yellow. This is monster yellow. So this is the yellow I'll be using. Create a slip knot. You're going to pick your work and then go into the point where you ended your work with this color. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and you're going to go into the same space where you chain 2 with 1 more double crochet. So for the second row, you'll be placing 2 double crochet in every space. At the end of the row, you should have a total of 30 double crochet. So I'll be placing 2 double crochet in every row. Two double crochet in every space rather. I keep saying row is space, please. So you have to place 2 double crochet in every space till you get to the end of the row. So at the end of the row, you should have a total of 30 double crochet. So if you count and it's 30, then you know you are on the right path. So just keep placing. So I'm at the end of the last stitch here. I'm at the end of the last stitch here, so I'm just going to go into the very first stitch here with a slip stitch to end, chain 1, pull your yarn, then cut. So we are done with the second row. Third row, we are going to go into this very stitch we started from, and we are going to be changing the color of our yarn. So we're going in with this color of yarn for the next row. So you're just going to create a slip knot, chain 2, and moving to the next space here, you'll be chaining two double, sorry, you move the next space, you'll be placing 2 double crochets. So to break this down for you to understand, you start by chaining 2, and then you place 2 double crochet. For the next space, we will be placing 1 double crochet, sorry. For the next space here, we'll be placing 1 double crochet. For the next space, 2 double crochets. For the next space, 1 double crochet. For the next space, 2 double crochets. For the next space, 1 double crochet. The next space, 2 double crochets. Moving on to the next space, 1 double crochet. To the next space here, we place 2 double crochet. So basically for this row, we will be placing one double crochet here and 2 double crochet in the next. This is our increase stitch. 1 double crochet of no increase, and the next stitch will be an increase stitch, 2 double crochet, 1 stitch of no increase, next stitch of increase, 2 double crochet, 1 stitch of no increase, the second stitch of increase, 2 double crochet. So basically that's what you'll be doing for this row. 1 double crochet, the next stitch, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, the next stitch, 2 double crochet. So this is what you'll be doing basically till you get to the end of this row. So I have one space here left, so I'm just going to go into that space with 2 double crochets and go into this very first stitch here with a slip knot, yarn over, sorry, with a slip stitch, chain 1, pull your hook, so end. So I am done with this row. So moving on to the next row, we'll be using white for the next row. So I'm just going to create a slip knot. So I'm just going to chain 2, 1, 2, and I'm moving to the next space here with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And for the next 2 spaces, 1, 2, I'll be placing 1 double crochet in each space. So I'll be placing 1 and 1 in the next space. Moving on to the third space, I'll be placing 2 double crochets. Moving on to the next 2 spaces, I'll be placing 1 double crochet in each space, 1 and another 1 in the next space. Moving on to the next space here, I'll be placing 2 double crochets. So let me explain this properly. So when I started, I chained 2, and I placed 2 double crochet in one space, and I placed 1 double crochet in the next space, 1 double crochet in the next space, and in the third space I placed 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, in the next space 2 double crochet. So for this row we are going to be doing 2 double crochet of no increase and 1 double crochet increase. So we are going to be doing 2 stitches, no increase, no increase, and in the third you're going to be placing 2 double crochet as an increase. So 1 double crochet of no increase, another double crochet of no increase, and in the next space you're going to be placing 2 double crochet in that same space as our increase. So basically that's what we'll be doing for this row. So as you go down the row, your increase row decreases. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, so you'll be reducing your increase as you go down the row. Remember when we started on this row, we placed 2 2 2 all the way around, and on this other row we placed increase, no increase, increase. So we did an increase and 1 stitch of no increase, an increase, 1 stitch of no increase. And for this other row we are doing increase, 2 stitch of no increase, increase, 2 stitch of no increase. So that's what you're going to be doing. And on the next row we are going to be doing 3 stitch of no increase and 1 stitch of increase. So basically that's what we'll be doing for this row. So to end this row, I'm just going to go into the very first stitch here, crochet stitch here, with a slip stitch, chain 1, pull, and end. So this is a circle, and this is the 1 2 3 4. This is the 4th row. So for the 5th row we are going to be using a different color, and this time around we are going to be doing 3 normal and 1 increase, 3 normal, 1 increase. I don't know if you've gotten a hack of what this is all about, or the hack of what I've been explaining. So basically that's what we are going to be doing in the next row. So for the next row I'll be creating a slip knot. Create a slip knot with your desired color, and you're going to go in here in the first stitch where we started, where we ended our other row. I'm going to go in there with the slip knot you've created. You're going to be chaining 2, 1, 2, yarn over, going to the next space with 2 double crochets, 1, go into that same space with another double crochet to make it 2. So moving on, the next 3 spaces we are going to be placing 1 double crochet each. Moving on to this other space, place 1 double crochet. Moving on to this other space, place 1 double crochet. And on the next space here, which is going to be our 4th space after these 3, this is going to be our 4th. You're going to be placing 2 double crochet increase. So moving on to the next space, you're placing 1 double crochet. Next space, 1 double crochet. 3rd space, 1 double crochet. And on the 4th space, you're going to be placing 2 double crochet. So basically we are doing 3 double crochets of no increase, 1 2 3, and on the 4th stitch we are going to be placing 2 double crochet of increase. So you do 3 double crochet of no increase and 1 double crochet of increase. So basically that's what you're going to be doing all the way around till you get to this point. So I am done with this row, and for the next row I will be using a different color. So basically what we are doing for this row is we had 1 2 3 4, and the 5th we place 2 double crochet, 1 2 3 4, and in the 5th 2 double crochet, 1 2 3 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4, and in the 5th 2 double crochet. So I will do a recap. If you're lost, I'm trying to do a recap here so you will at least get back in track on what this is about. So when we started, we placed 15 double crochet here in the circle we created, and moving forward to the second row, we placed 2 double crochet in each stitch all the way around, which gave us 30 double crochet. And in the 3rd row we did 1 double crochet in one stitch, and in the next stitch 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet in one stitch and in the next stitch 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet in one stitch, and in the next stitch 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet in one stitch, and in the next stitch 2 double crochet. And for the 4th row we did 2 double crochet in one stitch, and in the next two stitch we did 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and in the next two stitch 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and in the next two stitch 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. So this was our 4th row of increase. Our 5th row of increase, we did 1 2 3 double crochet of no increase, and in the fourth stitch we had 2 double crochet of increase, 1 2 3 of no increase, and in the 4th an increase, 1 2 3 of no increase, and in the 4th an increase. So this is our 1 2 3 4 5, this is our 6th row. So we did 1 2 3 4 of no increase, and in the 5th we had an increase, 1 2 3 4 of no increase, and in the 5th we had an increase. So you're going to continue all the way, 1 2 3 4 of no increase, and in the 5th you place an increase, 1 2 3 4 of no increase, and in the 5th you place an increase all the way around till you get to the end of this row. And if you want a bigger upper part, like if you're working on a very bigger hat, you're going to go in with another row, and in the other row, that's if you really want to increase the upper part of the hat, you're going to go with another row. And when you're doing that other row, you're going to increase this. Remember we have 4 here, so if you're going with another row, you're going to have 5, 1 2 3 4, then 5, and in the 6th you place your increase. I don't know if that makes sense, but this is going to be a last row for the upper part. For the size of hearts I am making, this is going to be a last row. So I'm going to go all the way around with what I just explained, and I will meet you when I am here. So I am done with the upper part of the brim. This is what it should look like round. So this is our upper part. Like I said, the cap has 3 or half 3 sides. The upper parts and the middle parts, which is going to go around our head. This is going to sit on top of our head. This is going to go around our head, and this is going to be our brim. I have already joined some part of this off camera to make the video shorter, but I'm still going to take you along so you're not lost. So this is the brim. I already joined the brim, and this was the squares I told you, or the one I showed you how to make, that is for the brim. This other square that is just the regular granny square, this is for the other part of the hats, like the round part of the hats. Why this part that this side looks pointier and this other side look wider, this is the part that you'll be using for the brim, and this is the part I have joined together. There are 7 in total, and this is 4 in total. So I'm going to show you how to join this with this and how to join this with this. So moving forward on how to join this, as you can see, I used orange color for a dominant color. That is going to be like a dominant color that I'm going to use for the joining. You can decide to use any other color that sits well with you, but this is a color I really like for this project, so I went with orange. So I'm going to use orange, and before I move on to using orange, I'm going to change my hook. Remember, I use this hook for making the granny squares and for making a brim. That is the 4.0 millimeter hook. So I am going to change from 4.0 millimeter hook to 3.5 millimeter hook for the joining. So moving forward, I am just going to get an orange color yarn. I'll get an orange color yarn, create a slip knot. I'm going to use a 3.5 millimeter hook. So I am going to go into this space here, but before then you're going to hide your excess. So you're going to go in with the orange yarn. After creating the slip knot, just go in with the orange yarn, chain 1 and place a single crochet all the way around the square. Place a single crochet all the way around the square. When you get to this point, you're going to place 1 single crochet, chain 1, go into that same space with 1 more single crochet, and then continue placing single crochet all the way. I am at the end of this row already, so I'm just going to go into that space with 1 more single crochet, chain 1, go into the very first stitch here with a slip stitch, go with a slip stitch, chain 1, pull your yarn to cut. So you're going to go around your square with your dominant color first, and then I'm going to pick the sides. This is the sides, the normal square that is going to go around our head. So I'm going to be joining this to this. So the way I'll be joining this to this is the same way I joined all 3 squares, so you're not lost. So you can use same pattern. After going around with the dominant color, you're going to use same pattern of joining to join all 3 squares. I had to join this off camera to make the video shorter, so you can as well just use the pattern I'll be using to join this to join the numbers of squares you'll be using. So I am going to pick a side and make sure the front sides, they are facing opposite direction. This is the front and this is the front, this is the back. At this point you should be able to differentiate which is the back and which is the front. So this is the back. As you can see, they are looking the same, and this is the front. As you can see, they are looking very smooth and finer. So you're going to be placing them like this, facing opposite direction, and you're going to create a slip knot. And you will go into the very first stitch here. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit tricky. So you're going to go into the very first stitch here and go into the very first stitch here from the other square that we are joining together, and I am going to go in with our slip knot that I just created. Like I said, it will be a little bit tricky. Okay, so I just pulled it out from here, from the other side of the square. So they are together right now. So I am just going to single crochet or chain 1. I'm going to chain 1, and I will be moving to the next loop. I'll pick the loop from this square and pick the loop from the other square. I will single crochet, pick the loop from this square and pick the loop from the other square, and single crochet, pick the loop from this square and pick the loop from the other square, and single crochet. So basically that's how you'll be joining your squares. We use a single crochet to join our squares together. So this is how to join our squares for the middle parts. So see how this is looking. It's looking like a ridge, and you're going to make that in uniformity all 4 squares. So see how the back is looking. This is how the back is looking, and this is how the front is looking. So this is our middle part, and I had 4 squares here, 1 2 3 4. So this is our middle part. I am done joining this. So this is our brim. This is our brim, and I have 1 more squares here because I want to show you how to place this square. So I already joined 6 of this square, so it's left with 1, and you're going to be joining it the same way you joined this other one, but the difference is how to place the square. As you can see, this you can place it as ever you want, as long as you can differentiate the back from the front. You can place each side, any of the side facing any way, like the sides all look the same, but for this square the side doesn't look the same. As you can see, this side is wider and this side is slimmer. doesn't look wider. This side is slimmer and this side is wider. So that's why I took it as like a point of duty to show you how to place this so you won't get confused. So we are going to be placing the wider parts facing front and the slimmer parts facing inside, like up. So this is how I placed the others. This is the wider parts. As you can see, this is the wider part, and they are all facing down. They are all facing down because this is going to be the part that will be facing down a granny square. So they are all facing down. So this is the slimmer part. So I'm going to be placing the slimmer part facing up and the wider part facing down. And to identify the wider parts, this is the wider part. It's very, very obvious that this is a wider part. You can see I still have like the normal granny square knit crocheting going on here. Meanwhile, for the slimmer parts, I stopped increasing at some point and started using single crochets at the slimmer parts, and these parts I was still crocheting till the last 2 rows that I used like a single crochet. So you're going to go around your square with the dominant color first, and then you're going to place it just the way I just explained, the slimmer part facing upwards and the wider part facing downwards. So you're going to do that for all 7 squares, so you won't mix things up, or it won't end up getting your cap looking weird. So you're going to be very mindful on how you place your hearts or your squares. So if you're making the wider part to face up, make sure every other wider part on every other square is facing up. But if you're making the wider part to face down just like this, make sure every other squares here, the wider part of every other squares here is facing down. So it should be in uniformity. I don't know if my explanation is confusing you or making you understand this, but I think I have said a lot, and I hope you understand. If you don't, please don't forget to like. And before I move forward, please let me beg you, if you're new here, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please, that will help me push my channel or my videos to people, recommend it to people, more people, so that I can get more views. So I will be encouraged to be dropping more good videos for all of you. So please like, share. So moving forward, I will be joining this using same pattern I used for the other part of the heart. I'll be using same pattern, so I'll be joining this all the way with a single crochet, just the way I did for that part. This is the outside and this is the inside. I think that's better. So this is the outside and this is the inside, and make sure the wider part is facing down, facing same position as the other squares. And then you're going to go in with your yarn and your single crochet to join. Chain 1, so you're going to single crochet both sides together all the way till you get to the end. And when you're doing that, make sure both squares is placed equally, so you won't have, at the end of the day, you won't have the other one looking shorter after joining it and the other one is still looking longer. So you have to make sure they are equal. So if you're joining opposite sides correctly. So I'm going to continue same thing all the way. So I am done joining. This is our brim. I have 7, sorry, this is the back. So this is our brim. I have 7 squares here in our brim, and this is our middle parts. I have 4 squares, and this is the upper parts looking like a circle. So moving forward, I will be joining all 3 together. So that is the next stage of this tutorial. So please pay close attention so you will understand this point, because this point is quite critical. This point is quite critical, yeah. So please just pay close attention so you understand. So I am going to be joining these to the 4 squares. So I'm going to make sure these go around these all the way around just like this. I wish I can keep this standing so you will understand. So I am going to join these together first, and I will join these to this. Make sure this round fits into this, all like round like this, to give me like a heart. And then we can move forward to the other squares. So moving forward, I will still be using the orange yarn, a dominant yarn. Basically this is the yarn I'm using for joining. So I will create a slip knot first, and if you want to join this all the way around before joining the side, it's still fine, but I am going to be joining both sides together first. So I'm going to join both sides to create a circle with the 4 squares. So you're just going to join it just the way you join I showed you how to join the other sides. So the same pattern with a single crochet. So you join it with a single crochet all the way till the end. So I just joined the squares together. As you can see, this is what it looks looking like. So I think at this point it will just stand. So yeah, it is standing right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure it sits on this. Okay, I think this is too big. So I just noticed something. I noticed this upper part is bigger, like it looks wider, and it was supposed to be like smaller than the actual space here, so that it will just fit in, but it can't sit correctly on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out one row. I'm frogging the 6th row of the upper parts because I want my brim to be smaller. So okay, so yeah, so I want it to be smaller so I can make sure this fits into this. Basically, I don't know if that makes sense. So moving forward, I'm going to pick our yarn over, and this is the back side and this is the front side. This is the front side. So I'm just going to pick a point here. I'm going to pick a point here on both sides, go in with a slip knot that we just created, chain 1, and I'll be joining using same pattern, single crochets. So all the way around till it all fits into the square. You're going to go all around, make sure it fits in all the way around with a single crochet, and make sure not to skip any loop so you won't have it mixed up, or you won't get you won't have it all mixed up basically. So just go around. So this is it so far. Okay, let me take this out so you see. So this is it so far. So I'm going to make sure you can use a needle and thread to sew it in, but I just decided to like use my crochet hook. So just make sure everything goes goes in all around. Single crochet, make sure everything goes in and sits well. I'll meet you at the end. So I am done joining the upper part, so I'm just going to go into the very last space here. I still have one space here left, so I'm just going to go into that last space with a single crochet. I'll go into the very first chain 1 stitch here with a slip stitch, yarn over, pull, put 2 in. So this is what our heart should look like. This is the upper part. So from what I just noticed, if you make the brim and it turns out to be bigger, it's better for the brim to be smaller, and you try to make it to fit into the middle part than for the brim to be bigger than the middle part. So it won't end up having ruffles around here. So you have to make sure the brim is smaller in a way that you have to make the the brim fit into the lower parts than the middle part, rather, than for the brim to be bigger, just like what I just noticed. So yeah, so this is what our heart should look like at this point. So I am going to be attaching this part of the heart, which is our brim, round here. This is going to be a little bit tricky, but yeah, you're going to make sure that you're going to make sure these fit into all 4 squares here. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we'll learn as we go. So yeah, so you're going to make sure these fit into the 4 squares, and you're going to be using a single crochet to join. So yeah, but before we do that, I'm going to go in all the way around here with one more single crochet with our dominant color. So I'm going to create a slip knot. So this is my first time making these hearts, that's why I tend to be learning on the job. So basically we are learning together and we are trying to make these hearts together. So that is why you should subscribe to my channel, so that we will learn on the job. So I'm going to have chain 1 here, and I'm going to go into the chain 1 here with my stitch marker, and I'm going to single crochet all the way around till I get to where my stitch marker is. So just place the single crochet, so I just went round. As you can notice, this got tighter. See how tighter it became tighter, and it became smoother, like it's all round and smooth. So we are going to try to get this to fit into this part of the hearts. So like I said, this is my first time making these hearts. I saw it on Pinterest and I liked it, and I said, okay, I'm going to make it, but while making it, I'm not going to make it alone. I'm going to make it with my family here on YouTube. But one thing I'm going to explain to you is, if you're fitting these into the hearts, make sure this slimmer part, like I explained before, is the one going in to the hearts, and the wider part is the one facing the front side of the heart. But before then, we are going to make sure we are placing this in the right direction. So I'm going to be placing it in a way that it turns out good. So to do that, I'm going to be placing it from inside, so that at the end of the day we are still going to be having these ridges at this edge. So I'm going to be placing it from inside. So you can decide to use needle and thread and just sew all the way around, or you can decide to use crochet hook to just fits everything in. So you're trying, this is 7 squares, so you try to make the 7 square fit into the 4 squares. So let's see how that will turn out. I've done my maths privately, and I have figured out how this is going to play out, like the whole joining of the 7 squares, so the 4 squares, how this is going to play out. I just did my maths. So to do that, I am going to try to make you know, I have 7 squares here and I have 4 squares here. So I'm going to try to make 1.5, like a part of this square fit into this, and a fraction of the second square fit into 1 square, like 1.5 square in one of these squares. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to try to make 1.5 of these squares fit into one of these squares. So I'm going to try to see how I can get one of these squares and half of this square to fit into one of this square, and like that all the way around. I think that will give us what we are looking for. So to get that done, I am to get that done, you're going to create a slip knot, and you will pick any sides that is good for you, and make sure to place your brim correctly. So I'm going to be placing it like this, in a way that when I turn like this, it will still give me these bridges or these ridges I have here, and both good side will be facing outside. And if I am doing that, you're going to make the wider part face down, just like this, and this smaller part is going to be the point, or the slimmer part is going to be the point we are going to be joining to the middle part of the hat. So to do that, I am just going to pick any point. So I'll pick from here, and I'm going to here, with my slip knot I just created. I'm going to chain 1. So to achieve what I just explained, like getting 1.5 of these to fit into 1 square, to achieve that, I am going to be placing, usually we're supposed to like crochet all the way down, but I'm going to be placing, I will make sure 2 of these, like a loop, two of this loop, I'll fit into 1. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, let's crochet. So maybe you'll get a hang of what I just explained if I walk or crochet. So I will go into this square. This is the brim, sorry, this is the middle part. So I'll go into that, and this is the brim. So I will pick a loop from this end, and I will single crochet, and I will still go into this very part I just picked, and I'll go into a fresh loop that I haven't picked in this brim, and then single crochet. I'm going to pick from another loop. I'll go into the next loop here, single crochet, and I'm going to go into that very loop I just picked. Let me bring it closer. I'm going to go into this loop I just picked. I'm going to a very fresh loop that I haven't picked from this, and then single crochet. So what I'm doing basically is I am joining 2 of the loops here into one of the loop from this. 2 of the loop here, I'm joining into one of these. Let me do that one more time so you understand. So I'll pick a fresh loop. This is the fresh loop. I'll pick a fresh loop from the other part of the square on the brim. I will single crochet, and I'll still pick same loop from the middle part, this other square. I'll pick same loop that I've already picked and go into a very fresh loop that I haven't picked on the brim, and I will single crochet. So I am doing 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1 on both sides. So usually I was supposed to like crochet 1 1 1 all the way around, but to get this to fit in, so I'm going to do 2 to 1, 2 to 1, so that this can fit into this. Like the 1.5 I'm aiming at will just fit into this. So that's what you'll be doing all the way around. So I will go placing 2 on each loop. I'm going to go into that same space again. So the next, go into that same space, the fresh one. Next, go into that same space. Next, pick a fresh loop from this other side, go into the space, go into that same loop I just picked on the other side, and go into the fresh loop here. Okay, go into the same space, pick another fresh loop. So let me stop at this point and show you our progress so far. So okay guys, I am so excited because my goal was to fit 1.5 into this point, into one of the squares, and we just fit in one of the square to a fraction of this, and we still have like lots of space here on this other side. Like I feel like screaming right now. So I'm just going to like get this to fit into this. Okay, get this to fit into this, and a fraction of this to fit into the next square, and then one other square to fit in all the way around. So you just have to follow same pattern all the way around, and that's will give you the beautiful brim. So like I said, if you see this video on YouTube, just know a trial and error. What? Okay, I'm sorry for screaming, but I am so excited that this did work. And just go in here. So if you have any question, just leave it in the comments. Okay, I think I just messed things up. Okay, I'm going to go in here again and go into a fresh loop. Go into the next loop, pick a loop from the other square, go into that same loop, pick another fresh loop from the other side, another square. So that's how you will just continue all the way. That way you won't have like a very rough brim. The brim will be straight, and this other side won't be, you won't have ruffles on both sides. I think that way it works, and all every other thing we are aiming at will work and all. So just continue all the way around till I'll meet you at the end of this. This is our hats. I am done joining the brims together, and I just have all this opening here left, so I'm just going to join both sides like this together. So I'll just continue from where I ended from joining this part out. So I'm just going to go in here and pick this single crochet. So I'm going to be joining these sides. This is a little bit tricky, but we'll get there. So yeah, So you're going to join both sides together all the way. So you single crochet in each stitch together. So this is the last part. I'm just going to chain one for my work. This came out so well. This came out so well. So I am going to weave in all loose ends to give it a very neat finishing. So if this was helpful, please try to try it out, and please don't forget to tag me in your posts if you try this out at @tutorialscrochet_ on IG and TikTok. Please don't forget to tag me to that. And if you have any complaint or any complaint, or you're not understanding what this is about, please leave a comment in the comment section. Or if you think there are things I should improve on my videos, please don't forget to leave it in the comment section. I will definitely work on it. I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.